I think when you're looking for a home, what's really important is to think about what your favorite space is. Do you enjoy cooking? Do you spend 60% of your time when you're at home cooking? Then a kitchen's gonna really matter to you. If you like being outdoors all the time, I need a big backyard. I don't care about enough house. I think that's awesome strategy to help people think about what matters most before they even shop.
Hello and welcome to Coffee with Gayatri. Who am I here with today?
Lara Sanderson.
Hi Lara, thank you so much for being with me today, and I'm just so grateful to have a fellow Mercer Island resident here with me. Can you tell me, Lara, who are you and what do you do?
Sure, yeah. Well, I've lived on Mercer Island now for, almost 15 years. And currently I'm an author, so I'm doing a lot of promotional work for my first book. And I also teach meditation and yoga from time to time. And right now, the way that looks is that I'm moving it out into the world, into like bookstores and very non-traditional places.
Wow, that's so fun. Well, I've been to one of Lara's book readings and it was beautiful to be part of that.
Thank you.
Lara, can you tell us, what does home mean to you?
Well, you know this because you practice yoga and meditation, but for me, first and foremost, home is in the heart. But in order for us to actually have the safety, the place, and the space to feel that, it's our physical home. What do we choose to surround ourselves with? What are the things that matter to us most? And what are the environments that naturally resonate with us, such as the elements, whether it's the trees or the water, open sky?
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that perspective. And then when it comes to the different parts of a home, just like you're saying, what do you choose to include in a home? I know that being a yoga teacher, number one, and also being someone who enjoys having a garden, I would love to hear from you how you tend to those spaces.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now I haven't had enough time to tend to the garden, so that's been a little bit hard. But the garden is the number one place I go to ground myself. Garden and kitchen. So for me, those are two areas, and they're, of course, intrinsically linked, because in the summer here, I can eat a lot of food from my garden and use that in the kitchen. I would also say that being able to spend a little bit of time each day outside, even if it's a small space in the garden, is really helpful, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, where it gets so dark and we have a tendency to be reclusive, that if you have just a little corner of your yard that you love and you can go be in and tend to, whether it's a plant or a bush or an herb garden a few times a day, it's really helpful for the spirit.
I love that perspective. I know it's always so grounding for me when I can be out in nature. When it comes to being a yoga practitioner, I know I love when I can do some yoga at home or out at a studio. What do you think is the importance of having a dedicated yoga space?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's a couple things it provides a home. It's sort of a silent anchor. So as long as you have one person in the home that's interested in practicing yoga, if they go to that space regularly, it lends sort of an energetic to the house that I think is really grounding for people. I also think it's great for kids to see their parents taking a few moments of silence each day, not being on their phones, not being on the TV or the phone, and being with themselves. I think people really underestimate the impact that has on children and each other. And I know my own personal practice had a great effect on those around me. Even if they weren't interested, they were watching. So.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so how does one start to go about creating a space like that?
It's easy. I think, first of all, have a sense of play, have a sense of fun. And I know we all think of yoga as we should, from coming from the great traditions of the Mother India, but I always tell people it can come from your tradition. So whether you're Catholic or you're Jewish, the way you can practice yoga is simply presence to your tradition. So if you have a space, maybe it's a small room that's too awkward for, start there and say, well, what color would I like this to be? What color is inviting to me? What is an object that's a symbol of something that really matters to my heart? So maybe that's a symbol from your personal faith, your personal lineage. Maybe it's something to do with your family. And start there, just little by little, adding some sort of sacred element. And then from there, you can add something living, like a flower. Maybe you can add a small fountain or a plant. And just make sure that when you enter that space and you take care of that space, that it's very calming and very relaxed for you, that you can sit there and be with yourself and your own energy for a few minutes a day.
That's Beautiful. This is reminding me of just being intentional about entering a space a certain way. And it's just guiding me to ask, what kind of intention can we have when we step into our homes?
I think that's a great question, because immediately where I went is, what kind of intention can we have when we step into other people's homes as well, right?
Yes.
So I looked at the other thing, which is, you're in real estate. So when we go visit a home or we go view a potential home for us, what is it that we're bringing and what is it that we want to receive? So I see it as like a reciprocity or an exchange of energy. So it doesn't mean you always have to be in a great mood when you go into your home, because often that's where we can be our most honest selves, right? If we're public facing in our jobs. So just being safe, saying, this is a space that I want to feel safe. I really want other people to feel safe. So my personal intention at my home is that anybody who steps beyond the gate, into the grounds, into the gardens, into the inner sanctum of the house, that there's healing and happiness and peace, and it carries a lot. Can't tell you how many times people are like, whenever I'm here, I feel really calm. So that intention really matters, and we carry that to everyone around us.
So speaking about home ownership in that sense, what do you think is the value of being a homeowner?
I got a couple of lessons early on, which were really important for me. One was actually from my stepdad, and he said, never view your home as like investment in a portfolio. He said, view it as an investment in your happiness. And I think that's really important, because we could pull a lot of levers into making ourselves make decisions off of financial reasons that wouldn't make us happy necessarily. So I think that's a really great piece of advice. Secondly, I think it still is one of probably the safest investments out there, in the sense that they're never going to make more land, and there's less and less opportunities for home ownership. So that's a double-edged sword, but I still think it's one of the best things people can do as far as investing in their own personal happiness, if they have that opportunity.
That's great perspective. I don't hear that very often, and I'm really glad that you brought it up. So, Lara, you know, what I do now with my new buyers is that I have like a buyer strategy session. And essentially what I have my buyers do in that time is talk about, I have a list for them. You know, tell me what you want in your home. Tell me what you need in your home. Tell me what you definitely do not want to see in your home. So when thinking about homes like that, what do you think about just people's priorities? Just any guidance or any thoughts you have about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, it's great that you ask people to be clear of their priorities before they enter such a big decision. I mean, I know even teaching yoga, I always ask people, what's your goal? Because not everybody's goal is the same, and there's a million goals, and so depending on where people want to go and what they want to achieve. I think when you're looking for a home, what's really important is to think about what your favorite space is. Do you enjoy cooking? Do you spend 60% of your time when you're at home cooking? Then a kitchen's gonna really matter to you. If you're on the road a lot, maybe your bedroom and your bathroom is like your respite. That's the one thing, is that maybe when you're home and you're not on the road, being, in a beautiful bedroom and a beautiful bathroom feels really nice to you. So maybe you wanna prioritize that. Maybe you don't cook that much if you're traveling. So these are the little things I think if you think about before you go looking, you can tell, if you were helping me, I'd want to say, hey, these are the two areas I need the most. If you like being outdoors all the time, I need a big backyard. I don't care about enough house. I don't want a lot to clean. Think about that. Maybe you want to spend more time in your yard and less time indoors or on inner maintenance. So I think that's an awesome strategy to help people think about what matters most before they even shop, right?
Exactly. That clarity helps so much. Even when I'm touring with buyers, there's some homes that might look good in the pictures, which I know at the get-go will not fit their requirements. Why should we go tour it? Let's be efficient with our time and our energy, and tour the homes that actually would be a good fit. So,
and also just remembering that depending on what kind of life was lived there prior to you showing up will have an effect on how the house feels to you. So being open to not just looking necessarily at the externals, big message today, right? But also thinking, hey, there was a great family that lived in this home for 20 years. So it's got a great energy. Maybe it needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it's a really special place. So being open to the intangibles.
There's a lot of vacant homes in the industry right now. And every time I enter a home that's been vacant for a really long time,
Yeah.
I kind of end up connecting with that spirit of a home in a way that I'm just like, what happened? You know, how come this house is empty? It's so beautiful. There's so much potential.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
Well, you know this. First of all, the market's different. So I think a lot of homes, I know in my own neighborhood, we've had 2 homes that have been on the market a long time, and it's a great neighborhood, great neighbors, great people, beautiful scenery, beautiful trees, but there's a lot of change in the region. So sometimes it's inevitable. Me being a yogi, I like to wish them well. I like to wish the houses well. I like to wish the newcomers well. I like to ask for wonderful new neighbors, right?
Yeah.
But I think just given the current conditions, there's fewer people, or people are changing regions for work. And so maybe it's on us to start, helping our friends and figuring out who could be the next best person to be in that house.
Yeah. Real estate is a people industry, and it's really nice when a lot of word of mouth and connections can make things happen.
Yeah.
Which is the favorite part about it for me. I
Yeah.
love it. Would you say I keep fresh flowers at home or dry flowers, or does it not matter?
Oh, well, you know this in yoga, it's prana, right?
Yeah.
So my take is I'm a fresh flower person, and that's not always possible for everybody. So I understand that. I think if you do dried flowers, you go and select different things that you like and maybe make an arrangement for yourself or have a good time with that, like get creative. And then maybe you just do fresh flowers once in a while when it's, when it works for you, like on a dinner table or when you have guests over or a special event. I think the main thing is to have fun, be creative, and love what you're living around.
I love that. Do you have certain favorite colors or color palettes for your home?
Oh, good. Well, it changes, right? So that's the truth, is it changes, and depending on the state of mind I'm in. But I love color. I'm not color shy. As you can see, I wore red today. But I think that depending on your mood, you should always have some flexibility in your home. So for example, you could put bright colors on your pillows if you're in that kind of mood and you don't have to do another big investment in changing out your wall color and your furniture. Or maybe you're tired of a neutral room. Paint is one of the most inexpensive ways to completely change the feeling. So I think the thing is to look for inexpensive and flexible ways to change the colors around you so that you can have fun and it can change with how you're feeling.
That makes sense. We used to have in one of our older homes red in the kitchen and green in the living room. And we outgrew it eventually.
And went neutral.
Yeah, quite neutral. Yep.
Yeah, which is very expansive, right? So I, before I moved into this current home, lived in a very almost all white place. And I loved it for years. And then I've moved more towards earth and color. And I think it really just has to do with where we're at. And it's fun to be able to change.
True. Yep. People have different parameters when it comes to picking the location of their homes and their neighborhood. So for me, I know that I always try and find out what kind of community that home belongs to.
Okay.
People are an important part of where you live. And so what would you say creates a community? What makes it feel the way it does?
Sure.
And how can we create more safe and vibrant communities?
Yeah. Well, I think it goes back to what you asked about what do you want to know before you even go home shopping, right? So same thing about a community. Like what matters to you? Do you want your neighborhood to be walkable? Do you not want to be in a car, right? Do you want to be near public transportation? Or are you driving all the time and just want to have a short distance in your commute? These are things I think it's great to identify. Knowing what you like to do when you're not working. Do you like to go take a yoga class? Do you like to go out to restaurants? Do you like to go to coffee shops? A lot of people love working in coffee shops. So maybe you want a variety of coffee shops around you. All of those things, I think, make our sense of community matter more when we're close to what we like to do. Maybe even neighbors. I think for me, I've always enjoyed having a diversity of neighbors who do different types of things and have different kinds of activities. I like having young people around me. We don't have kids in the home now, But I love it. You know, we had families move in recently that have young kids, and that just brings a whole other level of vibrancy and joy to the neighborhood. We're also right down from a school, so I love it when school's in session from fall to summer because I hear recess. So actually my garden sits below the school in elevation, and the sound from the recess ground travels down, and I get to hear kids laughing and playing, and that's pure joy. So I think paying attention to what are the activities around you, the types of people you like to be around, and enjoying it, and making sure that we understand like our community is really a reflection of us. So instead of looking just for like what can the community do for us, what can we do for the community? Like where can we plug in and be of service and feel like we're useful and connected?
Yeah, that's a beautiful point. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lara, for being here with me. And I'm sure everyone's going to take away so many great insights from the things that you've shared. I'm excited to see where your book goes this year and next year. I wish you an amazing 2026.
Thank you. Happy home hunting.